This year, our valedictorian from SZABIST University, Karachi is Ms. Fatima Nazir from Master of Science Public Health with a CGPA of 3.99. She has the honor of speaking on behalf of the students this graduating year. We request Ms. Fatima to come on stage and speak on behalf of the students.
Good evening to the Board of Governors, Madam President, esteemed guests, distinguished faculty, proud families, my dear friends, and of course, to my fellow graduates, congratulations. Guys, we made it. Give a round of applause to yourselves, come on. When I was asked to give this speech, my first thought was, who am I to speak for such an accomplished group of people? Each one of us here has had a journey filled with challenges. Most of us were not just students. We were parents, full-time employees, caregivers, and at times, zombies taking 3-hour-long back-to-back classes. In the midst of it all, we all thought of giving up. We all felt that we were not good enough, but we did not give up because we knew that this was more than just a degree. It was a stepping stone towards a better future. And that's what a master's program teaches you, doesn't it? You start out thinking, I'm going to master something, and then you end up realizing what you've truly mastered are things like resilience, adaptability, and yes, submitting a 5,000-word assignment at the last minute. Shout out to ChatGPT for that. Now, before we go any further, I would like to acknowledge some of the real heroes of this journey. To our professors, thank you for sharing your wisdom, for pushing us to think critically, and for tolerating our emails that were filled with typos and panic. Your patience deserves an honorary degree of its own. Can everybody give a round of applause to them? To our friends and families, thank you for your endless support and for pretending to understand our research projects. You believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. To the legends who slept through class and always had an emergency during group projects, guys, you know who you are. And finally, to caffeine, either it be chai or coffee, it kept us going through it all. I think we can all agree on that. Now, as we stand at this crossroads, the question arises, what's next? For some, it's going to be about climbing the corporate ladder. For others, it's going to be about going into business, contributing to the community in some way, or let's be honest with ourselves, catching up on months of lost sleep. But whatever path we choose, one thing is clear, life is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and the occasional faceplant, but that's what makes life beautiful. All these steps, triumphs, they make us into who we are. Now, my fellow graduates, as we sit here today celebrating this milestone, let's shift our focus on something that's much greater than ourselves. We are privileged to sit here, degrees in our hands, opportunities ahead, and dreams within our reach. A gift that many around the world can only dream of. Think of the children in Gaza, Yemen, and other conflict zones. Children who should be laughing over their homework. Children who should be dreaming about becoming scientists, engineers, artists, and yet they are robbed of their right to an education, a right that we often take for granted. We owe it to them to do better. Education, as pointed out by our chief guest, is not just a privilege. It's a lifeline. It's the key to breaking cycles of poverty, creating opportunities, and fostering peace in a world that desperately needs it. So as we celebrate our success, let's not forget our responsibility to those who could not be here. So what can you do to make a difference? Start small. Support an organization that advocates for human rights. Mentor a child in your community, or raise your voice for awareness. These are small steps that can transform lives one person at a time. My fellow graduates, we are the lucky ones. We have been given this gift of knowledge, and with it comes the power and the responsibility to make a difference. So let's leave this hall today, not just as graduates, but as change makers, ready to transform the world for the better. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Fatma.